Hi, it's Alaska Granny. When we're building a food storage stockpile and a prepper pantry, there are some temptations and challenges that we need to face. First of all, make sure that you are stocking up on extra food. Figure out what you eat, what you like, what's simple to prepare, what can last in your pantry, and those are extra foods that you want to keep on hand. One of the first challenges is when the containers in your working pantry become empty and you're thinking, okay, I've used up my oatmeal, it's time to get more. So you go to the store and you buy another package of oatmeal. Then what do you do with that? Do you put it into the prepper pantry? No. You go find the oatmeal that you've already put away in your pantry, you move that into your working pantry, and you put the newest food into your stockpile so that you're rotating it. It's an easy temptation to want to just add the newest food in here and not worry about the food you work so hard to store, but that food needs to be rotated. It isn't going to last forever. Some of it will last far longer than others, but the best practice is to rotate that food. Don't be tempted to just do a quick step and add your new oatmeal, rice, whatever into the working pantry when your containers need to be refilled. If you have some of that food already in your stockpile, bring that up and rotate it, and then put the newest food down at the back of the stockpile so that the first in, first out, and the newest food you bought is the last you're going to use. That's how your food will last the longest. That's where you need to keep your food storage prepper pantry stockpile organized. Where did you store your extra oatmeal? You don't want to say, well, it's too hard to go find it, I don't know where it is. And then you just take the new food and you put it directly into your working pantry. You're skipping important steps that'll help your food last the longest. So while it's tempting and it's a shortcut, it isn't the best practice, so let's try not to do that. You may say, but stuff like oatmeal and rice lasts forever. But you know what? We don't know how long we're going to need it, and we don't want to take any chances that we didn't rotate it properly or something happened and we weren't inspecting it and we just assumed it would last. Because sometimes things don't. The same thing when you buy boxes of pasta mixes, macaroni and cheese, rice mixes, suddenly salad, any of these kinds of food products. You need to rotate them just the same as you do the other foods in your working pantry. These need to go into your stockpile. And if you need more in your working pantry, you bring it up from your stockpile and you utilize the oldest food and put the newest food away. When I buy foods like macaroni and cheese, I store them in a Ziploc bag in an airtight container, and it's a few easy steps, but it's important to do. I have the new bags. I don't reuse the bags simply because plastic things tend to disintegrate. So I take a cup, place the bag inside of it, and then it's ready to pour in the macaroni. Now take the sauce pack, slide it in, and squeeze the air out, seal it up, and it's ready to go into the jar. If you lay the jar on the side, it goes in nicely. And I've already got the directions from the last one. So put on the lid, seal it up, and it's good to go back in the pantry for a few years. So about 2 packages fit into 1 jar. Depending on what the food is, you can get 1, 2, or even 3 into a wide mouth quart jar. But it depends on how much is in each package. So you'll have to decide as you're working through each product how much actually will fit into your jars and how many jars you need. And just remember, the better you store things, the longer they last. So while a box isn't going to help your food last the longest, just putting it into a bag isn't going to either. You need to put it inside an airtight container that can't be torn, ripped, or chewed on. That's one reason I don't vacuum seal things like noodles, because they're hard. They have little sharp edges, and when you vacuum seal it, it can suck it in, and that can actually puncture your bags. So I like to store them into jars. So try to find foods that you enjoy eating, you know how to prepare them, and you know how to store them to last the longest, and then make sure that you rotate them properly. First in, first out. The oldest goes into your working pantry. The newest goes back in your food storage stockpile. And if you continue to follow those easy steps and you avoid the temptations of taking shortcuts, you'll find that you're going to have better outcome, better success, and longer lasting food of better quality. If you have other tips on how to help food last longer, please share it in the comments below so we can learn from each other. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.